Welcome to Department of Collegiate and Technical Education. Subject Applied Thermal Engineering. Unit 2nd Steam Boiler. This is the second session for 5th semester Diploma in Mechanical Engineering students. So now today we are going to discuss the working principle of the Cochrane boiler or the vertical multitubular boiler. So Cochrane boiler is a vertical boiler because the shell is vertical one, and which is a fire tube boiler. It is a fire tube boiler and which is a multi-tubular boiler. The number of tubes are more, around which is 165 tubes, and which is internally fired. The furnace which is located internally, so which is the internally fired, and the natural circulation of the boiler, which is naturally circulated by transferring the heat by means of the convection. So let us know the specification of the Cochrane boiler. So the shell diameter is 2.75 meter. The total diameter is 2.75 meter, and height of the shell is 5.75 meter, and the steam capacity, so per hour, which is going to generate the steam 3500 kg per hour. So this total capacity is 3500 kg per hour, and the steam pressure, is up to 6.5 bar to, that is 6.5 bar to 15 bar, which is the ranging from 6.5 to 15 bar, the steam pressure. And generally there will be a 165 number of tubes, that is a fire tubes, and 62.5 mm is external diameter of that tube, that is the diameter of the external, which is given 62.5 mm, and the heating surface area is 120 square meter, that is the surface area which is 120 square meter, and the Cochrane boiler, the efficiency is 70 to 75%. So this is about the specification of the Cochrane boiler. Now here which required the boiler mountings. So for this, the first is the pressure gauge which read the pressure of the boiler, that is steam pressure, which read this with the help of a pressure gauge, and water level indicator, so which indicate the level of the water of the boiler, that is water level indicator. So another mounting is feed check valve. So feed check valve is which is required to supply the water into the boiler, and blow off cock. So whenever we need the cleaning, so completely we are removing the water from the boiler. Also any dust particles which are contained in the water, so or any mud, so that will be removed from the blow off cock. Then steam stop valve. So this is whenever once we are generated the superheated steam, that steam we can use it from the steam stop valve. So whenever we need a particular processing, so with the help of this stop valve we can operate it. Then the fusible plug. So this is for the safety of the boiler, so which require the fusible plug. And the last one is the safety valve. So safety valve is whenever it exceeds the pressure, its capacity, so it will be released it from the safety valve. It may be a dead load safety valve or spring loaded safety valve. So here normally a dead load type of safety valve are used in the Cochrane boiler. So this is the sketch of the Cochrane boiler. So this is the vertical type of a steam boiler. So here the top of is a hemispherical shape, the top which is hemispherical shape, and this is the completely a cylindrical one. So these two are assembled by means of a welding or by means of rivets. So once which is assembled, the internal part is also hemispherical shape, which is also hemispherical shape. This is the completely a firebox. So where we are, the fire will be produced by means of the uh, a coal, or it may be a wood. So here there are two types of hemispherical shapes. So here in this boiler contains Mountings are, so here is a steam stop valve, and it is a safety valve, which is the dead load safety valve, and another one is the pressure gauge. This is the pressure gauge, and this is the manhole for whenever we need a repair or maintenance or cleaning. So a man will enter inside the boiler. He will going to repair any internal parts of the boiler, external shell of the boiler, and which is the water level indicator. And here on the combustion chamber, the top of the combustion chamber is the fusible plug. So always the fusible plug is located just above the uh, combustion chamber in fire tube type of boilers. And this is the combustion chamber. This completely a combustion chamber. This is the brickwork wall, so that the heat cannot transfer it outside, so which is set up by means of the brickwork, fire brickwork lining. And this is the flue pipe. So the actually it's a completely closed one. Through this, the hot flue gases will be passes through this flue pipe. And this is the feed check valve. This is a feed check valve, which is the non-return type of valve. So normally the feed check valve is to supply the water into the boiler. We are supplying the water into the boiler with the help of a feed check valve. In some sketches, this feed check valve is located at the top. So in this sketch, the feed check valve is located at the bottom. So here it is a blow off cock. So any dust particles, or whenever we are going to need the completely water, we have to change. So under such conditions, we completely remove the water from this boiler with the help of a blow off cock. So here is the, at the bottom there is a aspect. Above the aspect there will be a grate. There will be a grate. So on that the firing will be takes place. So here is the fire hole. So here we are going to supplying the fire. So insert this fire box. And another, here is the smoke box. Smoke box is, so whenever we need any repair or any cleaning of these tubes, so man you going to enter inside the smoke box, and he will going to clean and repair this type. Here the smoke box. So once the flue gases will enter in the smoke box, and here which is transferred to the atmosphere with the help of a chimney. Anti priming pipe. So which is the anti priming pipe means, so which is completely the steam. Here is the steam will be stored. So once it is evaporated and converted into steam, the steam is collected at the top of this hemispherical shape of the drum. So here there will be a, what is the function of the anti-priming pipe means, which converts any wet particles of the steam, or any saturated type of steam, that is converted into a superheated steam, that is completely a dry one. So with the help of this, we can going to converting from wet steam to a dry steam to superheated one, with the help of this anti-priming pipe. So through this only we are going to use the superheated steam, that particular processing or any other applications through this top valve. So this is the completely uh, construction of the Cochrane boiler. So how it works, the Cochrane boiler? First, the water will be filled with the help of a this feed check valve. So it is a non-return one. So completely filled by the water. So whenever it reaches this level, particular level, then it will stop this feed check valve. Once which is filled and we know the level of the water, then we will going to stop the water. So once if you are filled this one, then next one is you have to start the firing in this firebox with the help of a any type of fuel we can use. Either it may be a wood, or it may be a coal. So here we are going to fire on this grate. So once which is started the firing, a flue pipe is connected to this firebox. So here the flue gases will passes through this combustion chamber. So once the flue gases or the hot flue gases enter into the combustion chamber and directly passes through this tube. So these are the tubes. These are all called the fire tubes. So directly the hot flue gases passing through the tubes, because it is a fire tube boiler. Fire tube boiler means the fire the flue gases which contained in the tube and water is surrounded by it. So directly passes through this tube and water is surrounded by it, and there will be a transferring the heat. So once the tube gets heated and heat will be transferred to the water. So by means of the convection. So once which is transferring the heat, so it will start the evaporating the water and it started the steam, generating the steam. So that steam will be collected at the top of this hemispherical type of dome, hemispherical type of drum. So here which is collected and also which is converted, whatever the wet steam is converted into a dry steam, dry to superheated one. So once the flue gases passes through these tubes, then which will enter into the smoke box. So from this smoke box to again which is sent it to the atmosphere with the help of a chimney. So this is the completely working of the Cochrane boiler. Thank you. Thank you for the watching this video.